Good morning, dear colleagues. We start working day, and I invite Colonel Viktoria Kushnir to the microphone, and later we will have Major Sergiy Zhmyrko from the ATO area via Skype. Good morning, dear participants of the press conference. Happy to see you. Upon assignment of the spokesman of the Speaker of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine, the Minister of Defense has checked the armored vests which are supplied to the armored forces, to the fourth class of protection. The tests of the armored vests were held with the bullets of 7.62 millimeters and 5.45 millimeters, and the carried out tests had proved that the armored vests comply with the requested fourth class of armored protection. The Ministry of Defense asks us, those MPs who share this information, to approach more carefully to such information. The awarding of the servicemen and other people with the Ministries of Defense awards fire weapon and cold weapon is carried in line with the disciplinary statute of the military forces of Ukraine. The awards are given to those servicemen who strengthened the defense capacity of Ukraine, provided sovereignty and defense of the state border, and participated in the strengthening of national security and defense, fighting against crimes, and defended the constitutional freedoms. During 2015, the Ministry of Defense awarded such awards, the fire weapon and cold weapon, to 237 people. More than 95% of those awards were awarded to servicemen for the heroic behavior, and the rest 5% are volunteers and representatives of civil society organizations. In the National Military Clinical Hospital of the Ministry of Defense continues the fourth Ukrainian-Canadian action, providing help to wounded and injured servicemen of the armored forces. Up to February 27, the surgeons plan to carry out surgery operations for 50 injured servicemen. This action is carried out on the account of Ukrainian diaspora and special Canadian Foundation, delivered by the Canadian government. There are 22 doctors participating in this treatment action, and also the Canadian Party provides for medical equipment to be supplied, which amounts to 700,000 Canadian dollars, which is more than 500,000 the US dollars. As of now, Ukrainian and Canadian surgeons are provided treatment for 183 patients with complicated craniofacial surgery. During the last week, the status of combat activities participation was awarded to 3,413 servicemen who participated in the war. As of today, this status was awarded to 120,767 persons. During the last week, 500 citizens expressed their willingness to lay contract with the Ukrainian army, and thus from the beginning of this year, 7,800 persons expressed this readiness to serve in Ukrainian army in line with the contract. The state guarantees a stable monetary fees up to 7,000 hryvnia. And those who will serve as surgeons will get and have higher education would get 8.5 thousand hryvnia. Also, the years of service, of course, proportionally raise their salaries, and the reserve officers who have several years of service can resume their service in the armored forces. In this case, their salaries will be between 11 and 14,000 hryvnia. Those who are laying down the contract with armed forces, they get social package, and after first 3 years of service, they can attend their higher educational institutions without interrupting their service. Also, they are provided with discounted medical treatment up to 75%. Also, those servicemen who participated in anti-terrorist operation, they have an opportunity to participate in the international peacekeeping operations where Ukrainian army participates. As of now, 500 servicemen from the military forces of Ukraine participate in 10 international peacekeeping operations, participating in 3 national contingents. This is the 18th separate helicopter unit of UN mission in Congo, 56 helicopter unit of the UN mission in Liberia, and also the national contingent in Kosovo. Besides that, 57 officers participate in special missions of the United Nations in Congo, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Kosovo, Southern Sudan, Cyprus, Abday, and NATO training mission, the decisive support in Afghanistan. In 2015, the activities of our military forces of Ukraine had introduced 65 NATO standards. In general, for the next 3 years, some more 70 standards are planned to be implemented, and currently the international advisors in the Ministry of Defense and General Staff work to prepare the roadmap to implement those standards for the next 3 years. In higher educational institutions, continuous training for surgeons to upgrade them up to the level of officers, and as of now 1,300 young officers trained in line with this special course opened for entry of the surgeon's staff with specific education, were awarded with the rank of the junior lieutenant, and the graduates were awarded the positions of the leaders of companies and platoons. As of now, that's it, and I give the floor to my colleague who will inform you about the last events in the ATO area. Please inform us about the latest events. The situation in the ATO area remains complicated, but it is under control. The strengthening of the frontier units of the terrorists continues on the account of bringing back heavy weaponry, which was withdrawn earlier from the contact line. On February 19th, the militants continued to shell Ukrainian positions, especially intensively. They shelled Krasnogorivka, Pisky, near Troitsky. They shelled our positions from the anti-air installation, and near Luhansk with shelled our positions with the big caliber machine gun. 49 times positions of Ukrainian units near Krasnogorivka were shelled from 82 caliber mortars, and the same was done 4 times near Gnutov. On February 12th, 32 shellings were registered near Donetsk and 24 near Mariupol. The Russian militants opened fire from mortars, anti-air installations, armored vehicles near Talakivka, Krasnogorivka, and Gnutova. Near Marienka, the grenade launchers and small arms were used. The snipers worked on daytime. Near Marienka, they opened fire from grenade launchers and small arms. 120 millimeter mortars 3 times shelled Mayorsk. Also, grenade launchers were used near Vodyane, Opытne, Piska, Avdiivka, Zaytsev. On February 21st, the most hotspot was near Donetsk, where near Krasnogorivka they used mortars and snipers rifles. Near Donetsk airport, they shelled our positions from big caliber machine guns, grenade launchers, small arms. Not far from Avdiivka, Opытne, Piske, Luganske, Novgorodske, Zaytsev, Troitska, Marienka, and Vodyane, the enemies opened fire on Ukrainian positions from grenade launchers, big caliber machine guns, and small arms. On February 22nd, the situation was very disturbing and tense. The band formation supported by Russia strengthened challenges of our positions, neglecting all the agreements from the beginning of that day. They shelled our positions 55 times. Near Opытne, Piske, Zaytsev, Troitske, Novgorodske, and used machine guns and grenade launchers. In general, during the period between February 19th and February 22nd, the militants of illegal band formations 205 times violated the ceasefire regime. As of the moment, this is all information. Thank you very much. Our next press event will be at 10 hours sharp. Thank you.
якими вітрами?
Так я тут пішов на вас на круглий стіл, який буде 10 годин.
Спікер є, чи ви?